All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I want to talk very briefly about one of the biggest mistakes I see dieters make. And this one mistake can really make or break someone's entire trajectory on a weight loss journey. So, when us ladies particularly we embark on a diet, we pick one, we pick the diet, whether we're like nowadays it's are we doing Weight Watchers, we counting points, are we counting our calories, we're calorie counters, are we doing macros, we counting our macros, are we doing intermittent fasting, are we doing whole 30, are we doing whatever you want to put on it. There's a bunch of different directions that you can go with your current weight loss approach. Given social media's opened a lot of doors and there's room for a lot of opinion. So when we pick our diet, like I'm going to do macro tracking. Great. That's personally what I do and do that with a lot of my clients. And we do it very successfully because we don't make this mistake. So many people say like, I'm going to track my macros and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to lose weight. And then every day you feel like you have to track your macros no matter what. That's where the issue comes in. Because what happens if you can track your macros no problem during like the week, you go to work, you come home, you cook dinner, like kind of like a normal week, nothing really is going on. But then like this weekend, you have like friends coming in town. Gosh, it's going to be so hard to track my macros and enjoy my time with my friend or friends and show them like fun places around the city. So then you spend the entire weekend trying to stick to your diet and track your macros, and then you're frustrated because your macros aren't adding up. So then you're extra frustrated, and then because you're extra frustrated, you're way more likely to just go, oh, full on fuck it mode, and then go for the extra drinks, extra snacks, whatever, and like, oh, it just doesn't work for me. And then you completely abandon ship, or you just go YOLO for the weekend, and then you come back on Monday, starting over. Oh, God, I feel like crap. I got to get back on it. And then you maybe even like lower your macros or your calories. So because you decide you're going to track macros, you have to track macros or you're not doing well on your diet. You're not sticking with your game plan. That's the issue. Again, us ladies tend to act like we signed our name in blood and our soul to the devil when we embark on a diet. When in reality, just because I track macros and I do that more often than not, it doesn't mean that I always track my macros. Sometimes that is not the right tool for the right situation. Sometimes it would be inappropriate and just straight up wrong to try. So sometimes, even if someone is a through and through macro tracker, it's important to lean on other skill sets and develop those other skill sets while in the dieting phase. Learn how to be, mindful when you're eating. Something I work on a lot with my clients is relying on hunger cues. How to make a plate. Get some protein, get some vegetables, get some carbohydrates. If you plan on having a couple drink, that's probably going to be quite a bit of carbohydrates there. So let's strategically pick some other less carbohydrate dense foods and just enjoy your time. Just because you are not tracking your macros, or just because you're not counting your Weight Watchers points, or just because you're not counting your calories, or just because you're not sticking to your like whatever intermittent fasting window perfectly, doesn't mean it's an excuse to just go off the deep end completely and eat shit on your diet. We need to stop acting like we signed our name in blood and have to do that exact thing forever and ever and ever and ever to make progress in our weight loss goals. That's not how it works. Sometimes macro tracking is totally what we need to do. And we can do it in social situations sometimes. But maybe you would go on vacation. You don't need to track macros on vacation. We need to lean on other tools, being mindful, being in the moment, hunger cues, water, prioritize protein. There's so many other things that you can do besides like the diet you signed up for. And it's the inability to be flexible and realize that there's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't know why I use that, like saying that is the worst thing in the world, but there's more than one way to continue to make progress on your weight loss journey, on your diet, on your whatever you're doing. If it involves training and nutrition and you're trying to just really become your best self, you have to realize that you can change your approach and kind of ebb and flow your approach with the situation at hand. Tuesdays probably look different than Fridays, and they probably look different than Sundays. So you might need a way to navigate the different days a little bit differently and nuance what you're learning. So you can I keep using macro tracking because that's what I do a lot with my clients, but you can use macro tracking to learn appropriate portions. And a lot of my clients, once they're where they want to be, they lost the weight, they're in their jeans, they're like, shit, this shit works. Oh my gosh. Then they go off and manage independently. Some continue to track macros pretty regimentedly because they choose to and they find the benefit. Others are a little bit more flexible. They eyeball portion sizes and they feel really good about that. It's about using and adapting tools to fit your diet. To fit your lifestyle, not flipping your lifestyle upside down to fit the mold of a diet and then get so frustrated when it just isn't working. When in reality, sometimes you just brought the wrong tool to the fight. Like, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Don't bring macro tracking to a bachelorette party. Don't bring macro tracking to a 4th of July barbecue when you don't even know what food's going to be there unless you plan on bringing your own shit. So you got to take some control over the tool that you're going to use at the given situation. So if you can learn how to pivot and not sign your name in blood on your diet and be a little bit more flexible and change your approach to your weight loss goals to match the situation at hand, to continually set yourself up for success instead of just completely eating shit on the weekend to then like try and get it back together during the week, you're always going to be in that like yo-yo lifestyle until you realize that you can use other tools outside of just the strict diet and continue to make forward progress on your weight loss and or health and fitness journey. So that's what I wanted to touch on today. And it's a big part of what I do with my one-on-one clients and why so many women come to me, former like black and white, on or off my diet, all in or total, to use one of my clients' words, like case of the fuckets. It's so drastic. I'm perfect. I'm the worst. And I truly help women find the gray in a lifestyle within the dieting strategies that they're able to maintain the results considerably long after we're done working together. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm not sure which platform you're watching me on, but you can always find me on LinkedIn and Facebook using my name, Dr. Hannah Brandt. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok under the name Having and Eating Cake. So I'm so grateful you guys are here. If you ever have any questions, go ahead and drop them below the video. And I hope you have a great weekend.